Another top 20 tips to help you identify if you're a leftard. Number 20. You vote for a political party that recognises the population growth in your country is putting unsustainable pressure on resources. The same political party that wants to increase your country's population by bringing in an extra 50,000 refugees every year. Number 19. You're disgusted that some parents send their kids to school on an empty stomach, yet you don't support cashless welfare cards. Number 18. You think the best way to get people to respect each other is by being disrespectful.
Just being a fucking dickhead by voting no. Fuck you. Fuck you. Respect people's rights, you're wrong.
Number 17. You acknowledge that having a distinct size advantage can be a benefit when playing contact sports. Unless you're a 6 foot tall, 100 kilo man who now identifies as a woman and wants to compete against females, then you can't see why size is an issue.
It certainly was. It's a divisive decision less than a day from the women's draft. They've blocked Hannah Mounsey's application to play. She's ineligible. Now, just by way of black background, Mounsey played men's handball for Australia and started a transgender process about 2 years ago.
Number 16. You tell your friends that you think celebrating Australia Day on the 26th of January is offensive to Aboriginals, but love getting the day off work. Number 15. Taking responsibility for your own actions isn't one of your strong points.
Sexism and misogyny. Emails, they stole them. The intervention by Comey. But for that intervention, I would have won.
Number 14. You're one of those do as I say, not as I do types. Number 13. You feel the church's views on gay marriage shouldn't go unchallenged, but willfully ignore other religions that very publicly condemn homosexuals. Number 12. You believe the government should be doing more for people who have tried to enter your country through the back door, despite them being given a number of safe resettlement options, massive cash payouts, free healthcare, food, shelter, clothing, and even free luxury items like cigarettes and mobile phones.
Asylum seekers on Manus Island claiming their life is hell. Well, they've taken a little holiday at the idyllic island and posed for tourist photos akin to a boisterous Bucks weekend.
Number 11. It's more important to you to look like you're passionate about protecting the environment than it is to actually protect it. Number 10. You have an ability to ignore the glaringly obvious.
I'm saying that the Boy Scouts have a standard. You must be a biological boy to be a Boy Scout. You have to be a boy to be a Boy Scout. In the name Boy Scouts.
Number 9. You feel obligated to speak out against racism and segregation. Sometimes you think it's okay to ignore it though. Number 8. Every time an act of terrorism is committed in the name of Islam, you regurgitate the same predictable crap, like terrorism has no religion, but then contradict yourself when talking about other faiths.
Bombing an abortion clinic is an act of terrorism based upon your religious belief.
Number 7. When you hear that a man who is obscenely wealthy has tried to use his influence and power to get away with sexually assaulting women, you demand that something is done about it. Well, at least some of the time. Number 6. The fear of being labelled intolerant has completely destroyed your moral compass.
Folks want to practice incest. Are they going to be welcomed in your safe space? If there are two consenting adults?
Like, if they're two consenting adults, I mean, I guess so.
Number 5. You were pleased to see the media reports calling for Aung San Suu Kyi to be stripped of her peace awards after allegations of racism and violence in Myanmar. You were also pleased to see the media reporting that an organisation that is underpinned by racism and violence has been awarded the Sydney Peace Prize. Number 4. You blindly believe everything you're told by climate change experts, even when those experts are continuously wrong.
Even the rain that falls isn't actually going to fill our dams and our river system.
As you can see, it is at breaking point. I've just spoken to a local on my way up here, and he tells me that people are being asked to evacuate from areas that have never been flooded previously.
Number 3. You believe that when people shoot animals, humans are to blame. But when people shoot humans, guns are to blame. Number 2. You claim to be an advocate for the protection of children.
Regardless of our political colours, it's time to start thinking of the children.
Yet you fully endorse a program that exposes very young children to pornographic material and was co-founded by a pedophile sympathiser.
Some of the things that the Safe Schools Coalition Australia are recommending to school students include pornographic web content, sex shops, adult online communities and sex clubs.
Number 1. You're pissed off because you feel like this video ridiculed you, but rather than doing something about your hypocrisy, you're going to leave a dumb comment below instead. If you love this video, make sure you share it. And make sure you check us out on Facebook. Stand Up for Australia.